Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hoping that all my dear friends will be fine, will be okay, and congratulations for your fifth semester. And of course, my next hope is that you can finish your fifth semester very good, very well, though this will be done virtually. Salam dan bahagia. My all dear friends, in this opportunity, I would like to discuss curriculum material development, in particular regarding the syllabus and also course contract, including assessment or grading later on at the end of your fifth semester or this semester. All right, now let's have a look on what's going on for this semester about curriculum material development. Check it out, please. Okay, now we are in the first meeting. In the first meeting, the target or the learning outcome of our virtual meeting is that on, as I already mentioned, course outline, requirement, course contract, and also grading. And another one, by knowing or understanding or think critically, so later on you can explain in your group work the concept and theories of English language curriculum. And the topic that we discussed for the first meeting is that on the concept and underlying theory of curriculum and its variation. Well, everyone, don't forget, after you listen to this recording, then please kindly you visit our forum discussion, and then also chat and have a look what you can do there. I already put everything there, so please you have a look on our Sipedar. Right. Let's see what we can do or what we have for our first meeting. So everyone, at the end of this course, this curriculum material development, so you are hope to understand, of course, think critically and explain theory and concept of curriculum and material development. And eventually, of course, you are going to create, to develop your lesson plan. And please note that the lesson plan that you are going to design is that for high schools. And the course description, if you look at the syllabus, so let me read that one. Students to have knowledge or theories about English language curriculum and development of English teaching material for high school. It gives experience in developing English language teaching material. And we are going also to discuss lots of topics covering, of course, English language curriculum, then its assessment, components of English curriculum, syllabus, course design, material for spoken and written, and of course the development of lesson plans. And during the course, the students have to identify the basic concepts. Niteni to explain the basic concept as well, Niroke, to develop also or to create lesson plans, Nambai, and to transmit the knowledge or another 3N is what we call by Nularke. And students' classroom activities are comprised of individual work, pair work, group work, to develop students' responsibility and collaboration, faith to God, excellent personality, including honesty, humanity, being an exemplary person to students and society adaptableness to work throughout Indonesia and mostly. Well, students' assessment is based on synchronous and asynchronous discussion, assignment, and competence test. So if you observe uh, the references, so we have I think more on online or online learning. I mean online articles. I download it also for some. So later on, please visit the link that I already put on our syllabus. But again, it needs also your creativity in which you can develop also you can develop your thought, your view on curriculum material development by also finding out other references or sources. Now let's see. As I already mentioned that I provide some references in the form of books, and I think most of them still like not the updated one, but this one is the original. They are original books, and of course some recording on YouTube and articles on journals. For example, Ijal, the one that I already also wrote down a couple years ago, and well, other references you can see or you can check it out later. And the media that we are going to have for this semester is that well, we still use our portal and then Sipadar. Perhaps both of us still try our best to understand the new system of UST Sipadar. And sometimes also for the synchronous one, we are going to have Google Classroom and also Zoom, and well, some of the video and also some application for for the video. And the prerequisite course for this subject is Advanced English Language Skills. There are two classes for this one. The first one is taught or assisted by Bu Nani and also me myself. So there are three classes, I guess. Okay, we are coming to the first. We are going to see to overview our first meeting, or the first and the second meeting on our syllabus. The first meeting is, of course, that's about the theories, concepts, underlying theories and concepts of English language curriculum. The course contract, of course. Also, another one is the assessment, or how you are graded later on at the end of our semester. And bahan kajian or topics that we are going to have is some theories of curriculum and its development, and the teaching method, synchronous and asynchronous. Again, you are going to have you are going to learn by our sipadar, so that could be both synchronous and asynchronous one. And your experience on the first meeting is you try to understand and also think critically about the subject. I mean, about the subject is the curriculum material development, and of course, as we already mentioned at the course description, that we are doing also our niteni, niroke, nambay, and also nularke. And some indicators for this one, you are able to explain and analyze why the subject is worth it or important to discuss. for the second meeting, everyone, we are trying to focus on how we try to find out uh, learner needs in, this one is important to discuss since what you design for the curriculum and also for the syllabus, lesson plan, the most important one is on the learning activities. So the topics of our discussion for the second one is the concept of needs analysis, and the same one, the teaching method that we are going to do both synchronous and asynchronous one through or via CPDAR. And your learning experience, of course, you will understand and then think critically about the topic or learner needs. You try to pay attention, for your need and need, okay. And also working collaboratively, again, the references that I propose, I think those can be developed when you work in your group and then try the best to understand uh, the topic of learner needs. All right, now let's see what we are going to do for the third, the fourth, and the fifth meeting. The third one, we are going to discuss what we call by micro and macro skills. This is very important, everyone, since let's say the basic competence and then indicators, and another one about the learning activities assessment. Of course, we need to match between the basic competence and also the indicators, the activities, the assessment, like based on, of course, our second meeting, that is learner needs. And for the fourth meeting, that is about how you understand and also analyze the content and sequencing of the curriculum, type of text. There will be various texts or text types or genre that targeted by high school basic competence, and of course they are both, let's say, in the spoken one and in the written one genre. When it is the spoken one, so what we call by you need to be able to design text, whether it is in the form of monologue or dialogue, for example. And the fifth meeting, it's about, let's say, topic and language form or knowledge that you target for your learning activities. That is for the third, the fourth, and the fifth meeting of, this semester. Okay, we now move on the sixth and the seventh week. So time flies, everyone. Before you have your midterm test, it is hope also you are able to understand and explain the content and sequencing in English language curriculum. In particular, it is about language function. And the seventh meeting, that is about teaching methodology. And I think you already discussed in detail by the time you have your language teaching methodology. I guess that was last semester, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now after having our second up to seven, And the 8th meeting, of course, as scheduled in academic calendar academics, so the midterm test. And of course, the midterm test is about the things that we already discussed in the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, up to the seventh one. You really need to focus on your understanding or your thought regarding learner needs. Then the next one is about macro skills, text type, and also language function. And yeah, those are all the materials before midterm test. And in the 9th meeting, we are going to discuss on mapping syllabus and course design based on basic and standard competence. Well, everyone in high schools, of course, you really need to understand or, to get a better understanding on standard competence and then basic competence. And later on, after you understand your basic competence, of course, your focus is on the indicators. And, the indicators are the heart of your teaching and learning. That is for you to provide your students learning experience. That will be in the 9th meeting. And the 10th one, we are going to discuss instructional material for spoken cycle. So, yeah, of course, before spoken cycle, that will be spoken cycle. It covers both listening and speaking. And for the spoken cycle, you target on monologue and also dialogue of various genre that we already discussed before midterm test. That will be in the 10th meeting, everyone. After having discussion on the spoken cycle, and our target is on the written cycle, and the written cycle, I think they're pretty similar, between the spoken and the written one, in which for the written cycle, of course, that cover both what is dialogue and also monologue, but that is in the form of written cycle. That is for the 11th meeting. And then the 12th and the 13th, that will be your time or the arena for you to design your lesson plan. You analyze, you begin from what the basic competence, the indicators, and then the text type. You are targeting what knowledge and also skills that will be your focus on your lesson plan. That will be the 12th and the 13th meeting. Before you have your final test, of course, you are asked to design, or firstly, of course, to evaluate your lesson plan, both for the spoken and the written one. Of course, in this case, you need to be a creative one, since, in this pandemic outbreak, your students' motivation should be always with you. So the target of your teaching hopefully can be achieved. That is for the 14th. And for the 15th one, you're going to not only to evaluate, I guess, but also to develop creatively your lesson plan both in the spoken and in the written cycle. Those are what we are going to have for one semester. And the method of our teaching and learning, synchronous and asynchronous one. And everyone, please feel free, especially for the time, for Tuesday class, both class C and D will be in Tuesday, the first and the second period. And please, you visit not only, on your Tuesday classes, but feel free also, for example, if you have not yet write or chat on the forum discussion or on the chat box, or perhaps you forget to have your reflection or you miss your quiz, for example, then please, every time I think it is necessary for you to have a look on, to travel, let's say, your sipadar. That is, everyone, what I can share, I can say to you. And well, the last one, stay safe, healthy, and of course happy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam.